Alright, what's going on, guys? My name's Chopper. So DLC 3 has got to drop any minute now. Like, literally, the day of me posting this video, it's either going to drop today or within the next few days. I really don't know. But before the map comes out, before we actually get our hands and play this, I kind of want to make some predictions about how we're going to kill Nikolai in this map. So, if you guys didn't know, if you haven't been watching my channel for a long time, I actually made a couple Zetsubo no Shima videos. You know, before the map came out, we knew the map name, but before we even got our hands on it, we were kind of making all these speculative videos, kind of saying what we're going to be doing in there. And I actually called the ending of DLC 2, like, pretty much exactly how it was. I even said that Taki was going to kill himself with his katana. I got the weapon correct and everything like that. There was a quote in Der Eisendrache that actually really helped me with this. Takio said he would rather fall on his sword before he lets the undead overtake him. Something along those lines is very close to that quote. You guys can go back and look for that video. Like I said, I'm not sure exactly what it was. I'll tell you if I find it, but it was something very, very close to that, and I predicted the end of DLC 2 super on point. You know, I was pretty spot on. But so that's exactly what I want to do today, except for DLC 3. Just for the record, I want to lay down my thoughts and opinions and my best guesses for DLC 3 before we get our hands on the map. So DLC 3's Easter egg. Now let's go ahead and take this back to the beginning. We first got introduced to our young Nikolai in the premise group in Origins, right? He's wearing a much different outfit than we saw him in a World at War and Black Ops 1. So he's wearing something completely different. So let's go ahead and actually take a look at this outfit. Now, as you can see, it is much different from the original, you know, 1.0 that we're used to at the beginning. This younger Nikolai looks much more like a pilot than anything. You can see his goggles, you know, his glasses, and also his Baron hat. And he also makes all these airplane references, especially in Der Eisendrache when you're flying through the launch pads or the jump pads. You can hear making all these references about flying. And not only that, not only Nikolai makes them, but, you know, Takio and everybody else makes references about planes and stuff too. And speaking of planes, we have multiple references to planes in Zombies. You know, I can't even go over all of them right now. There's just way too many for me to hit every single airplane reference that we've got. There's, you know, there's some, I'll just go over a few just in case you guys don't know. There was actually the Mob of the Dead plane that flies by over Shadows of Evil. You know, there's a plane sitting on a building on the Giant, and they're literally everywhere, man. Even in the Origins cutscene, there was a biplane hanging. You know, the whole controversy about the Eye of Horus. I do believe it is a biplane. You know, you can see the strings hanging. But anyway, that's regardless. That's besides the point. There are too many plane references, and I think it's leading up to something much bigger and something that has to do, you know, with Nikolai's Easter egg and the way that we're going to kill him. So just for a visual, this is what the Russian planes looked like in the Battle of Stalingrad. Go ahead and take a look at this. This is exactly what they looked like on the Russian side that were actually used in the Battle of Stalingrad. So do you think that Nikolai 1.0 or Nikolai 2.0 is going to be flying this plane? Now, this is probably the setting of this battle also depends on where we're going to be playing in the map. I mean, I don't think we're going to be playing this map like during the actual war itself. We'll probably most likely be playing the map post-war. Like, this is post everything after all the bombs and planes and all the debris and just war had went through. We're probably going to be picking up the after effects of that. You know, the cities are already going to be destroyed a little bit, and we're going to be playing in the aftermath of what had happened. So that is the introduction that I need to give you, basically kind of setting the scene for what we're going to be seeing in DLC 3 most likely. And I want to give you my final predictions right here. This is me laying everything out on the table that I have with the information and knowledge I have now. This is more really just about pride than anything. I want to see if I can guess this. I want to see if I can get 2 for 2 because I got Zetsubo right. Let me see if I can get DLC 3 right. So what I'm going to guess is that this might not be exactly on point. I mean, obviously there was a little bit of details that I did miss in Zetsubo, like exactly how 1.0 actually chopped off his head as well. They performed this samurai ritual basically. I did not guess that. There's no way I was going to be able to guess that, but I'm going to guess at least a general discussion. You know, I want to get the general topic of what's going to happen in DLC 3. So I think that we are going to have to shoot the Nikolai 1.0 out of the sky. He's going to be in a plane. He's going to be using a plane in some manner. We're going to have to take him out in his plane. I feel like Nikolai 1.0 is going to be refused to be killed and sacrifice himself to the summoning key, and we're going to have to actually force it on him. And he's going to be in his plane. I don't know exactly how that's going to happen, but I feel like I just have this weird gut feeling that it's going to have to do something with airplanes, and I don't know exactly if that's going to be it, but a lot of people were saying, you know, it's going to be like them playing Russian roulette. I don't think that's how it's going to be. I think that's a little bit cliche for Treyarch. I think they're going to go something much more deeper and much more, I guess, definitive, especially with planes. I really don't know, but we're going to see. My guess is just planes. You know, that's pretty much the general consensus for me anyway. I really don't know, but we will see in DLC 3, guys. Like I said, we're probably going to get a trailer either today, the time of this video going up, or in a few days. So I'm really excited. Let me know what you guys think about DLC 3. Give me your predictions about how you think Nikolai 1.0 is going to die. I feel a twist in the story coming, guys. Honestly, I do. I feel like Nikolai 1.0 is going to be a little bit harder to get than the other souls, and I'm feeling definitely a change changing the storyline here. So I really don't know about that. But anyway, guys, let me know all your opinions in the comment section down below, because I'm willing to hear from every single one of you guys. I want to know everybody's opinion. So anyway, guys, let's try to hit 35 likes on this video. If we can get 35, that'd be absolutely amazing. Thank you all for watching the video. Make sure you guys do leave a like if you haven't already, and subscribe if you're new. Thank you all for watching again, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.